Hello YouTube, my name is Nero and welcome back to another Tavern Brawl. Here we are with Top 3. This is a bit of a reimagined version of Top 2, I suppose. Let's mix it up a bit, shall we? Pick 3 cards and we'll make you a deck with 10 copies of each card. Now previously it was actually Top 2, and that was one of my favorite Tavern Brawls because there were so many cool combinations. Well, now it's Top 3. So we're going to be trying some different things out here. The first one I came up with is we're going to work on the Evolved deck. So basically, the original Evolved deck for the top 2 Tavern Brawl was Murloc, Tiny Fins, and Evolve. Now we're going to throw in target dummies just for good measure. The idea is fill up your board pretty quickly and then evolve them. Now I imagine I'm going to be trying out a number of fun decks. There is, of course, the Warrior Bolster deck. There's a Druid Yogg-Saron deck. There's a lot of really cool decks from top 2 that you may be able to work on here with top 3. Maybe a Rogue deck using something with Preparation and Head Crack and maybe like Eviscerate or something like that. There's some cool things we may be able to do here. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. Now, this is an alright starting hand, but I would prefer... I think I would prefer to just, get nothing but 0 drops all on the board at once and evolve them. Now, since this is a shaman, I imagine he's going to be doing the same thing to me. But we'll have to see. Maybe he came up with something different. Maybe he went with the Evolve deck, but also decided to put in maybe a Lightning Strike? Or Lightning Storm, rather. I think that'd be a good play. We're just going to end off my turn now because I don't want to put these 4 guys on the board without being able to evolve them. Just makes sense, right? Ooh. Alright, we're going to try it out here. And now we're going to evolve them. Alright, not bad. We get Morgan Infiltrator. We get, since it was a golden evolve, all these guys turn to golds themselves. Alright, so each turn, this is in your hand, transform into a random minion. So Shifter Xeris, I should get him. Maybe I should craft him. I don't know. He seems like a really fun legendary. I don't have him, but I think he could be really fun. Zombie Chow. I have an idea for... Okay, so the Prince Malchezaar legendary that you get at the end of the One Night in Karazhan adventure. I have an idea, maybe Innervates plus him, because if I have a deck that has 10 of him in there, will that just... Yeah, there'd be 10 of them, so would that shuffle in 50 legendaries into my deck? I don't even know. That sounds really interesting, right? So... we're just getting hero power for now. We're not going to evolve because we don't have one. And we'll have the Worgen attack him. And here we go. Get some damage here to the face. We're going to keep our Tiny Fin, I think, for the time being. But the fact this guy hasn't played anything is a little worrisome to me. Yeah, would that work out? So Malchezaar gives you, at the beginning of the game, shuffles in 5 random legendaries into your deck. If you have 10 of them, that's 50 extra legendaries in your deck. That sounds insanely cool. So I'm thinking about doing that with a Druid and like with Innervates. But then again, if there's 50, there's 10 Innervates and 50 legendaries, you know, we'll have to see how that actually works out. But it seems like it could be really fun. You see what I'm saying? It seems like it could be really, really fun. Innervate Yogg-Saron is obviously a cool one from top 2. I'm trying to think of some more ideas. Maybe, for some reason, I'm thinking of like a deck full of Ragnaroses. I don't know why I think that'd work, but I don't know. Alright, so this guy put in a Nerubian Prophet, so at the start of your turn, reduce this card's cost by 1. Why, though? Why is this card here? I don't understand. I mean, I've got Taunt anyway, so I'm gonna let him attack me if he wants to. I need to draw one of my... I mean, a third of my deck is Evolves, but I keep getting these guys here. I'm getting a little bit unlucky with the RNG. So far, I've drawn, like, all of these cards here and only one Evolve. That's the very nature of this Tavern Brawl. I remember doing the Yogg-Saron one. I drew like, what was it, like 5 or 6 Yogg-Sarons all in a row or something like that. And I could not get any Innervates to actually get any of the Yogg-Sarons out and start having them making some plays. It was sad. It's a sad day, really. Alright, so he's got to evolve. Oh, okay, I like his strategy. So he's putting out Nerubian Prophets, who the cost of them drops each time they're in his hand. But I think when he evolves them, they actually go up based upon the original cost of the card. And now he's got this scary guy and Tyrion freaking board ring. And here I am with no freaking evolves. We're going to get some taunt. We're going to get some more taunt out here. I'm not even going to attack. I'm not even going to attack. I'm going to let him deal damage to me. I'm going to let him use his Tyrion Forge Ring and his guy to kill my taunts rather than like sacrificing my whole board. That way I can hopefully get a freaking evolve next turn. But this Nerubian Prophet plus evolve seems to be a very powerful combination. Very, very powerful. Because when they evolve him, it's evolving him into a 7 rather than whatever he was when you put him on the board. So that's really good. What did he coin for? He's going to be coining into something. Now, I wonder if he's Master of Evolution. All right, well, that was a downgrade if you ask me. That stinks. That really stinks for him. Seriously, the RNG? Are you kidding me? Well, at least I got a couple of taunts out of it, for crying out freaking loud. A third of my deck, right? A third of my deck is evolves, just full of evolves. And this entire time, I've drawn nothing besides Tiny Fins and target dummies. Like, I can't get one evolve. I've gotten one evolve so far. One. And the red. Oh my gosh. There's 10 of them in my deck. It's like, well, 9 more, technically. Oh, man. Why they gotta be doing me like this, you know? Alright, so now he's gonna finally be able to start trading, and if I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch up here, because RNG has just basically screwed me here, and he's been able to get a big board while I'm not being able to evolve whatsoever. So I have all these literal 1-drops on the board. They're all 1-drops because I've been able to evolve one freaking time, and it's gonna be turn 7 for me. I think I'm basically boned here. He finally popped his Divine Shield on Tyrion. I wonder if he doesn't want to evolve because he does. Gone. Yeah. That just was so stupid. You need evolves for this deck to work. You need evolves for this deck to work. You see that right there? There's supposed to be 10 of them in my deck, but all I get are target dummies and Tiny Fins. We'll try it again. Let's try it again. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't go well for me in the second game, then I'll probably just retire this deck and try something different. Oh man, I do realize that 20 of my cards are them, but you would think with having 10 evolves in my deck that I would get more than one in the first 7 turns, but I guess not. Your boy Rexar here. So part of me wants to keep this evolve because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get another one. So we're just gonna, since I have 4 of these cards here at the beginning, we're going to put down my 3 and evolve them all in the first turn. I wonder what old Rexar is going to do. Is he going to... I saw something online about people using Timberwolf and Stone Tusk Boar. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Ooh, I've even got coins, so here we go. We're going to hit him with plays here. Although I'm not going to coin and evolve them twice, because I think that'd be silly. We're just going to evolve them once, get what we have on the board there, and then next turn, I assume I will get another minion, then I can then put the minion out and evolve it, or I can put the minion out, hero power, then coin, then evolve. Yeah, there we go. That'd work out better next turn. Oh, especially since he has no answers, that's fantastic. Especially since he has no answers, that's fantastic. All right, that's not another minion, so that kind of puts a... Now, here's the thing. Oh gosh, I didn't check this. Can they attack if I evolve? Do I have to attack first? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do to test this. We're going to have these 2 attack. Then we're going to coin, then we're going to evolve. We're going to see if the book can still attack. Okay, book still can't attack. All right, there we go then. I like this right now. Okay, so yeah, we're going to end off the turn here. Yeah, I wasn't sure how that was going to work, so I missed out on 1 damage. I think that's... If you don't know how to do something, it's good that you're only able to miss on 1 damage to try and find that thing out. So that wasn't bad. But that game ended quick, and there's my pack. There's my 10 gold. I was really hoping that there was supposed to be this thing coming to the shop where it's going to give you 10 classic packs for like $5 and a guaranteed legendary, but it's not here yet. Unfortunately, I was really hoping for that. I was actually going to open up those packs in this video, but they're still not here. And what do we get from our pack? I should really change my card back. I still have the Whispers of the Old Gods one. All right, we got boring pack. We got a boring pack, ladies and gents. It's boring. Speaking of boring, let's try something fun. Let's try something really fun. Go back to the Tavern Brawl here, and we're gonna change up our Tavern deck. Now let's just delete this. I mean, we saw what that could do. I really want to try, like, just at least see what's gonna happen. So we're gonna take our Innervates, and now we're gonna take our Prince. The big question is, what do I take for the 3rd card? Prince Malchezaar, Malcheddar, if you will. When the game starts, add 5 extra legendaries to your deck. So they're all completely random. So we're going to have, since there's 10 of these things, there's going to be freaking 50 of them. 50 extra legendaries. My deck is going to be massive. So what else can we do? What should I grab? Wild Growth? I don't play a lot of Druid, but Wild Growth to give me those extra mana crystals. Maybe something with healing. Astral Communion, gain 10 mana crystals and discard your hand. That would give me 10 of those. But then again, if I have 10 of those in a deck, that also has 10 other innervates plus 50 legendaries, not counting him. So 55 legendary, no, 60 legendaries counting the 10 princes in the deck. Maybe Astral Communion. Yeah, so we gotta have Astral Communion, right? We're gonna see. We're gonna fine tune this deck as it goes, but this sounds freaking insane. I really hope this actually does give me 50 extra random legendaries into my deck, because that just sounds so funny. And if we can Astral Communion, I mean, who cares what legendaries I get rid of with my Astral Communion? It doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't. It's a drop in the bucket, whatever I have in my hand. So this could be potentially really cool. Oh, another Druid. Now let's see. Am I gonna be getting all the legendaries? It says when the game starts. It says when the game starts. So we can get rid of you. We'll keep the Communion, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get one, and we'll keep our innervates. All right, another Communion. So 27 cards in my deck. Oh, here we go. Yay! And that apparently happened like 10 times. Yay! 59 cards in my deck. This is amazing. And then on turn 2, we innervate Astral Communion. Bada bing, bada boom. All the legendaries can be played. Now this guy, what's he gonna be rocking? Same idea. He's got innervates. Innervates Yogg? No, it wouldn't make sense. Innervate Astral Communion. Okay. So far he's got 2 of my 3 cards, but it just makes sense. He's got Ancient of Wars. Ancient of War. I forget. That's the one that, yeah, you can put it out there. It can either be a 10-5 or it could be a 5-10. All right, scary stuff. And so we're going to do this and Astral Communion. Now, what's really annoying is I have a deck of 60 freaking cards, yet all I'm drawing are innervates and Astral Communions. There's 10 innervates in this deck. There are 10 Astral Communions in this deck. And then there are like 60 legendaries or something like that, or 50. Or there's an absurd amount, right? Not counting Prince Malchezaar himself. So it's like, you know, it'd be really cool if I could draw. There we go. Here we go. What did I get here? At the end of your turn, give a random minion +1/+1. Darn straight. This is going to be really fun. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be very fun. I would highly recommend trying out this deck. I hope it turns out to be fun. I hope it turns out like this deck is just allows you to play with all the legendaries in the game. It's all really fun and random. Like, this Tavern Brawl could be really cool with this deck, I think. All right, so he's got his big, scary 5/10. He's gonna attack me with this one. I mean, that is a scary amount of damage. Let's hope I draw something good here and not Cthulhu! Cthulhu! Oh, the RNG! The RNG is too good! It's too good! This deck is amazing. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. He's going to keep putting up these 5/10s with taunt, which is a good idea, but my idea is better. I think. At least my idea is more fun. The only downside is you may lose a bit of momentum by having to top deck everything. Full Reaver 4000! You may lose a little bit of your momentum, but you know, you can take the time. If you have time to like let your hands kind of rebuild, it's pretty good. And since I'm facing another Druid who used the same thing, where he got rid of his whole hand because of Astral Communion, we're both like basically top decking here. But if you're facing like an aggro style deck, I can imagine this thing not working well. He's using Astral Communions just for the sake of using them, I guess. Excess mana. All right, draw a card. All right, smart guy, smart guy. All right, you're going to get rid of that, but he doesn't have another one of these big guys to put down, which is good for me. Which is definitely good for me. So I can trade these two into him, but unfortunately, it's going to make them do a lot of damage to themselves here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this damage myself, and then we're going to trade you. Well, not technically trade, but you guys get the idea. This is so cool. This is for the first time I've ever actually had Foe Reaper 4000 out on the board. Yeah, it feels kind of cool. I crafted him and everything, so I thought it'd be really good. But there's like so rarely a situation where you can actually put him out where it's actually beneficial for you. So usually I just kind of leave him alone. But I think here, well, let's see what I get. Moros. Okay, I don't want to play him really, because I'll just fill up my boards with these 1/1 stewards. Then again, I can trade those stewards, so we'll do it. And hit you, hit you. I think I won this game. I don't think his, I mean, we know everything in his deck. All he's going to put out is more of these Ancient of Lores. And, or Lore? War? Which one is it? War. There's two of them. And, so yeah, I don't think he's going to have a way to come back. This is a really cool concept for a deck. This really is. I was trying to brainstorm before I started recording here as to what might be fun. And the first thing that came to my mind was, of course, the Evolve deck and the Bolster deck. But then I thought about old Prince Malchezaar over here. Not Illidan. We're not prepared for Illidan. Brother. I love how he gives you the old hello, brother, when he comes out. It's really cool. All right, so we're going to sacrifice Karen. Or, no, I'm sorry, Bane. I probably had lethal somehow there, but whatever. I think we're going to win regardless. There's literally nothing he can do here. There is nothing that he can do to try and win this game. So we're just kind of wasting time here, I guess. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, if I were him, he's got Malfurion kill himself to Illidan. Oh, the RP. Oh, the RP. That was fun. That was a really good first go. I mean, everything that could have went right pretty much went right there. Hey, Golden Mark of the Wild. Look at me go. Look at me go. And I got the beat down. I'm so good at this game, you guys. I'm so good at this game. Let's do it again because that was freaking fun. That was absolutely fantastic. That is, I mean, I have a lot of legendaries. Don't get me wrong. I've spent too much money on this game not to have a lot of legendaries. But there's a lot of people out there, I think, that don't have a lot of legendaries. And so if you did play through the entirety of the One Night in Karazhan adventure, we'll keep our one Astral Communion here. Part of me wants to try and risk not having an No, because I want to be able to have this for turn 2. I was hoping to be able to get an Innervate or something. But if you're somebody that played through One Night in Karazhan, right? If you play through the entirety of that and you have Prince Malchezaar over here, then all you need to do is Innervate's basically a free card if you're a Druid. And you may need to craft one Astral Communion, but if you can spend that, which is... How much is an Epic? That's not 800 dust, is it? I think it is, unfortunately. But if you can craft an Astral Communion, or if you have it, you put together these 3 cards, you can essentially play with almost every legendary in the game. Alright, so he's going Mech Warper here. I mean, that's honestly, it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary, but we're going to need to do this, and we're going to Astral Communion. And now I has the 10 mana. It's a little bit scary that he's going to have this mech deck, because I remember this from the top 2. And I said in the last game, this may be the counter to a deck like this, is having a super aggro deck. Because, yeah, these Mech Warpers are going to make other Mech Warpers cost less until eventually you have an entire thing full of Mech Warpers just like this. And it may be too much. Oh my gosh, this may be way too much for me. Holy shit, how am I supposed to deal with that? All right, Baron Geddon. Come on, Baron Geddon. All right, Memoron's Head. At the start of your turn, if you have at least. Okay, so I don't have any of those. So this guy is about to turn 2 lethal me. He's got 16 damage on the board right now, which is absolutely horrifying. So yeah, I imagine this deck in this Tavern Brawl is going to not really do well against aggro decks because you need a couple of turns to set up. You need to get to at least turn 2. You need to Innervate. You need to Astral Communion. And then on turn 3, you need to draw a good legendary or something that you can actually play that's worth a damn. Even at this point, I don't think there's any legendary I can draw that's going to save me. Oh my gosh, this deck here is just... Woo! Jeez, Astral Communion. Doesn't that give me... We'll see. That's going to give me excess mana. Draw me a card. Come on. And I get innervate. Ah!
I can see.
So that didn't work out. Second game there didn't work out. You need a couple of turns to work with here, but there's one thing I know about Hearthstone is you typically don't have a couple of games to work with. It's all about face, aggro decks, right? So we'll keep on going. We'll see what other decks are popular, but typically after somebody loses to a deck really badly, they'll make that deck for themselves, and then they'll start running around with that deck. So we're going to have to see if that's going to be the case here. We got old Malfurion via Malfurion here. I've got old Prince Malchezaar right away. I've got double Innervate. Okay, so we get rid of Malchezaar here. And I guess it doesn't really matter what I get rid of. As long as if I have 2 Innervates, and I've got coin. Goodness gracious, look at me go.
The legions I command.
E. So this should be good. I think this will be really, really good. Alrighty, here we go. I guess it doesn't matter what Innervates I use and what ones I don't. It doesn't matter if I use my coin or whatever. So here we go. Turn 1, we got ourselves 10 mana. Alright. So hopefully we draw something good here for turn 2. The fact that we got the double Innervate actually helps out a lot, because that makes us go ahead 1 turn. Alright, so he's got 25 cards. I've got 59. Alright. there was a pretty popular mill deck, I remember, in the top 2. Barnes. Somebody won 1 copy of a random card. Okay, so he's got... At the end of your turn, put a minion from your deck onto the battlefield. So he's got... Oh! The esports. The esports here. The absolute esports here. That's only going to be 1 damage. That's not worth it. That's really good. So he uses Barnes to get out Yashar here. And then Yashar pulls in a 10-drop. That's pretty scary. No, I take it back. That's pretty horrifying. And now he's just going to go face. He's going to try and go with the momentum that he has. Because I imagine he doesn't usually get that lucky. Because he also has Barnes's in there. And he also has something else in his deck. Barnes, Yashar, and someone else. Come on, bring out a Barnes. Bring out a Barnes. There we go. All right. Well, that's only a little bit scary. Okay, well, this is like the worst legendary that I could have drawn. But it's the one that I drew. And as much as this hurts me, we're going to do it this way, I think. All right, go get him, Baron Geddon. Baron Geddon, if you guys don't know, was a raid boss in Molten Core, and he drops 2, or does 2 damage to all other characters at the end of your turn. You used to see him in a lot of warrior decks, like even like control warrior stuff, but he's kind of fallen out of grace with that. All right, this deck that he's got is pretty freaking terrifying because he keeps pulling out these 10 drops. He keeps pulling them out, and I have really no answer for it. Oh god! Oh god! And I get another prince. Yikes! My deck is so much more fun and creative, but that one is really smart. That is just a good deck that guy has. We're gonna keep on going here. I think, did I just get lucky in my first game? I don't even know. Is there a way that we could possibly improve this deck? Maybe getting rid of our Innervates and then replacing them with card draw of some kind. Because that's the big thing that's holding us back right now is we have our 10 mana. We have all of our scary legendaries. We don't, however, have card draw. We can't get these cards into our hand. Oh, come on. With the RNG there, you can't just give me one extra Innervate. I guess with the coin, I don't need it, huh?
The legions I command.
I wonder if there's a better way to do it then. I wonder, Innervates are nice because you can get your Astral Communion out of the way pretty quickly. What card draw do Druids even have? Besides kill a guy? No, they have to kill a guy and then make it so you're... I don't play Druid ever. Wildcat would be the guy to ask. I think the first gold hero he got was Malfurion. Mine was Garrosh, of course, because I love the warrior. And I'm not even close with any other hero. I only think I'm up to 250 wins with any other... Oh, I would draw an Innervate. So if I Innervate, will that give me excess mana? I don't know how that works. No. So we're about to... We're about to lose to another one of these mech decks. Come on, man. Of all the chance, there's... There's so many legendaries in this deck. And there's like such a small... Oh, the old Gorilla Bot. I remember this from top 2. Mech Warper Gorilla Bot. It's like really unfair, honestly, because he fills up his hand really, really quickly. We'll see what we get here. We may have to concede again. We may have to concede again. So whenever an enemy minion dies, summon a leper gnome. Alright, so that could be fantastic. Is it summon leper gnome for me? I hope it is. Okay. I never actually played with old Mechaneer Thermoplug. Mechgineer, I don't know. This is, but this deck here is just going to be way too good, I think, for me to be able to compete with, because he's going to be able to get out these Gorilla Bots nearly for free, and then he's able to discover more mechs. So in theory, I mean, he like never runs out of mechs here, right? And then, of course, he also has a bunch of Annoyatrons he's going to put out, which are going to make it so I can't really compete. If I were to somehow draw Baron Geddon now, Yogg-Strong Hope's End, I mean, that could be good. We're going to play it. Why not? Vaporize. There we go. Blessing of Kings. You're going to give it to someone on his side, aren't you? Darn it. Explosive Trap. Yay. That's actually really, really good. Bite. That's really good for B2. All right, Bite is fantastic for me because it allows me to pop one of these Divine Shields, allows me to kill one of these guys, and that's going to summon me a Leper Gnome, which I can use next turn. Now, one of his guys, please attack with your 7/8 first. Please attack with your 7/8 first, because I don't even want to hover over my... No, don't attack with him! Because I have a Vaporize. Let's hope we could kill his 7/8. The Explosive Trap helps a bit. Not a ton. It helps a little bit. Now, he doesn't have lethal, does he? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh! I thought that he had... the third card in his deck was actually going to be the... I can't remember the name of it. The Annoyatron. I thought it was Annoyatron, Gorilla Bot, and Mech Warper. I thought that was going to be the entirety of his deck. Turns out not. Turns out not. Turns out not. They actually had the Belltooth guy in there. Man, the Gorilla Bot mech decks. They're really powerful. I mean, they are really, really, really strong. I want to get one more win with this deck because the first game was just so good. But it was only against another... I think most of these decks we're going up against are going to be far too aggro heavy. I mean, this is going to be a mech rogue. Just watch. It's going to be another mech rogue. And if so, we may have to change up decks because this deck just, while it's so ridiculously fun, it can't seem to compete. It can't seem to compete with all these aggro decks, and that's all everyone's trying to do. They're just trying to get their win as fast as they can. They're not trying to have fun or do something creative. They're like, Mech Warpers and Gorilla Bots, please. And so here we go. I wish I could somehow like throw down Prince Malchezaar before they get rid of him, but I can't. That'd be really helpful. Now here comes the Mech Warpers. Or Coin Mech Warper, I guess. He's a 2-drop, right? Wait for it. Wait for it. Swashbuckler. Someone trying to have some fun? Add a random class card from your opponent's class. Okay. Someone's actually trying to have some fun here, ladies and gentlemen. This is good stuff here. This is some good stuff here. Of all the cards, you give me Astral Freaking Communion. Excess mana. Come on. Come on. There we go.
Do you have the artifact?
I mean, it's something. Let me attack. There we go. We're going to kill off one of their pirates. Alright, so at least I have somebody on the board. Now, what could her other cards be? Maybe that new card that lowers the cost of cards from your opponent's deck. I mean, that was for the Rogue Clash Challenge in One Night in Karazhan, right? Lots of freaking swashbucklers here. So he's gonna fill up his hand with random Druid cards, and then maybe doing some cool. Like, what are the chances? Does somebody want to do the math of the odds that I'm getting these Astral Comedians all in a row like that, and then I get Gruul, which is nice for next turn, but I can't use him now. We're going to keep clearing the board for the time being. Watch next turn as I draw a freaking Innervate. This is painful, man. This is painful. This hurts me on a primal level. It really does. Journey Below. Discover a death rattle cards. This person is... Alright, so that was created by Journey Below. So far, he's got Swashburglars and Journey Belows. Ice Howl. Charge and can't attack heroes. Well, I'd rather get Gruul out.
Get back.
And now, I believe, is when we start going face a little bit. Now, he probably has some Druid cards like Naturalize to get rid of him, because he's swashburglared so many of my freaking Druid cards. I mean, how many Druid spells are there? Just sheer chance. He's probably got Naturalize in there. But Naturalize, I'd be happy with, because he kills off Gruul, but he gives me 2 cards. And those 2 cards, I can put out some scary stuff, potentially. So Cold Blood is his final card? Cold Blood, Journey Below, and Swashburglars? I don't understand. Now he's going to swipe, maybe? Moonfire? What? What are you doing? I don't understand. All right, we're going to try another deck here to end off the video. I think this deck is really fun. I really do. But I think it's going to be difficult to get it to work in a lot of situations. What other draw... If I type in draw, would... Okay. Deal 3 damage or deal 1 damage and draw a card. Naturalize, your opponent draws cards. Each player draws a card. Wait, we can get that one Murloc. Part of me doesn't even want to try another deck. Part of me wants to, I think he's called an Oracle. Hold on, let me, apparently I clicked off. Oracle. Yeah, so if I get rid of the Innervates and then Cold Light Oracles, I don't see that being super helpful. I mean, that could help potentially, but like, the chances of you getting... There are so many Legendaries in this deck that the chances of you actually drawing Cold Light Oracle are pretty low. But then again, I drew a lot of Astral Communions last game. We'll try one more game with this, I think. We'll try one more game like this. I still see it being helpful. I think the best way to do it is Astral Communion, Innervate, and then, of course, Prince Cheddar over there. I don't see how it could be even better than this.
Malfurion versus Malfurion.
But then again, we're facing Malfurion here.
Nature must be preserved.
Actually, putting out the Oracles would be a bad idea right now, wouldn't it? Because that would, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going to work out very well for me. I need to get the Astral Communion out as soon as possible, but I have no way of getting it there quickly. Yeah, I really think this is going to be a terrible idea. I really do. So yeah, we get all these Cold Light Oracles, which is fine. But ultimately, we need to last until round 4. Or maybe we don't. Maybe I'm going about this all wrong. Astral Communion is nice. Astral Communion is really nice. But what if I were to use Innervate, Cold Light Oracle, then old Prince Malchezaar here. And by having those in there, I'll draw a bunch of cards. And there's bound to be some low-cost Legendaries in here somewhere. I'm drawing all these cards, right? I'm bound to be able to play a bunch of Legendaries eventually, right? That's just how... It seems like it makes sense. So part of me wants to actually Cold Light Oracle here. He probably thinks of me trying to mill him. But in reality, I'm just seeing what we can get here. See if I can play something different on turn 4. But now I've lost, but then I'm losing a couple of Cold Lights if I do actually play Astral Communion. That means there's less Cold Lights in my deck, therefore less chance I'm actually going to draw them, therefore less chance I can actually draw cards. Would it be better, actually, to... That's interesting. Would it be better to use Innervate, Cold Light Oracle, and Malchezaar? Because then I would have all these Innervates in my deck, potentially. I mean, there's 10 of them in there. And I could use them to get some big Legendaries out quick. To kind of like just get some big Legendaries out on like turn 4, then like have them on the board for a while. And N'Zoth, all right. Lots of cards here. He's trying to mill me. He's trying to mill me. I have 51 cards in this deck, sir. All right, we're gonna play the mill game. We're gonna Astral Communion right here and now, sir. This might be really bad if he actually does try and properly mill me, because I'm going to keep getting these big, scary Legendaries, and it's going to hurt a lot. We're going to have to see. He's going to have to... He has a lot of cards in his hand. Like, an uber amount of cards. I'm going to mute him, though, because the sarcastic emotes here. He has 18 cards. He's going to mill himself before he can mill me. I have 50 cards. You've got 18, good sir. That's amazing. All right, come on, mill me up good. Mill me up good. Yeah, yeah, make me draw them cards. Yeah. King Mukla and Prince Malchezaar. There we go. 2 nice cards I can put out. He's going to naturalize a bunch of them, but then again, naturalize is good for him rather than me. This could be bad, actually. All right, so we're going to put you out, which is going to basically fill up his hand. So naturalize hurts me a lot here. Feral Rage, okay. Yeah, so the more he naturalizes, which he's probably going to have a ton of them, he's just going to be able to kill off my stuff for free, make me draw 2 cards. Then I'm going to keep putting stuff out, but he can keep naturalizing. But I think I'm going to have more legendaries to put out than he's going to have naturalizes. I think that's how... I think that's where I'm going to win here. We'll have to see. This could be an interesting game. So yeah, here comes his naturalizes. Toshli, Cold-Eyed Oracle. All right. You just keep making me draw all these cards that I'm going to use to end your existence. At the end of your turn, put a random person from the battlefield. Nat Pagle doesn't seem to help. Leroy Jenkins could be pretty good here. The Curator, who's going to have taunt. No, the idea for me is I want to get a bunch of stuff out, as much stuff out as humanly possible, right? We're going to get Leroy. The idea is lower his health down a little bit. He's going to most likely just naturalize down my things. He's only got 10 naturalizes in his deck, keep in mind. Eventually, he's going to run out. I still have 40 cards in my deck. While naturalize is hurt, even using all 10 of them only makes me draw 20 cards. But then again, he's also got the Cold-Eyed Oracles, which is going to hurt. But Cold-Eyed Oracles hurt him as well because he's only got 14 cards in his deck. So I think I'm doing all right for the time being, honestly. Yes, Sarah! That puts more cards in my hand, though, which is kind of a bad thing, honestly. Because right now, I have all these big cards, but I have really no great way of playing them. I mean, I could, in theory, Astral Communion them all out of my hand at any time. But, yeah. Moger the Ogre. I love that guy. All right, so... I could put out Nat Pagle. Nat Pagle would really be helping him, though. It really would. I could Moger the Ogre and then just get rid of my entire hand here, because otherwise he's going to try and mill me. So, I can drop a 6-drop, which I think I'm going to have be Moger. And then we're just going to get rid of my whole hand here. Ooh, Baron Geddon for next turn. Baron Geddon's nice. I'll clear off everything that he's going to have on his board. He's going to put out nothing but a bunch of weenies. It is kind of nice being able to, like, almost at any time just say, you know what, you're trying to mill me? There goes my whole hand. I don't care. I have 36 cards left in my deck. And you've got 13. Ooh, Sylvanus. Sylvanus is nice. And now we're going to be drawing some more cards here. You realize you're down to 10 cards here, friend. Or is it 11? Okay, I thought it'd be 10. All right, so this is kind of cool. So I can put out double Prince Malchezaar next turn. And he's probably going to have to naturalize them. Feral Rage, give your hero either armor or attack. He's going to give himself armor, which is interesting. By doing that, he is going to try and survive a little bit longer. So now I think we're going to put you out and we're going to put you out. So we're going to be doing the old... We're making him draw some cards here as well. And I'm going to clear the board and keep nothing but Baron Geddon there. Oh, somebody's lost a Naturalize. Did somebody lose a Naturalize? It only has 8 cards left in his deck. This is good for me, but we'll have to see. We're going to have to see how this plays out. So here's another Naturalize. And I get Mechaneer, or Gelbin Mechatork. And we're drawing more cards. You realize you're milling yourself here, man. You're milling yourself. Oh, cool. Put all dragons from your hand into the battlefield. Oh, I don't have any more dragons, though. That's unfortunate. I got Deathwing Dragon Lord, too. That's cool. That's unfortunate. He's going to give himself some attack this time. He's going to try and rush me down now, I see. All right. Lost my Cold-Eyed Oracle, but I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly A-okay with that. Part of me wants to just try and mill him, but I don't really have a way of doing that. So I'm thinking we put out you... Do I put out Hogger and Astral Communion here? Because I think that's like a really good idea. Empties my hand. He's going to fill my hand right back up anyway. So we Hogger here. Astral Communion. Hogger's going to give me a 2/2. Oh, I could have drawn a card there, but we'll do that next turn, I guess. So what's he going to trade into that and then naturalize the Hogger? Because he's going to be running out of cards here to actually naturalize with, right? I would hope. I would think. I don't even know. He's going to Feral Rage and then just attack to get rid of it. Okay, fair enough. Now, are you going to put out some oracles and stuff? Because you're hurting yourself at this point. You're hurting yourself at this point. He is. He's thinking with all the 8 armor he's going to get, that he's going to be able to outlive all the fatigue damage, I assume. I assume that's what he's trying to do. I'm not sure. He's going to Feral Rage himself. Give himself 8 armor. I think that's his plan right now. So we're going to put out the Emperor. Draw a card here. Just see if we get something good. And we get ourselves a Cold-Eyed Oracle, which could be hilarious, so we're going to play him. We're going to play him to make him run out of cards, basically, here. All right, there we go. So he has 10 cards left, and these are the only cards he can use. How much does that Feral Rage actually cost? It costs 3. So he can play 3 of those and get 9 attack. 10, 11. He has, even with 3 Feral Rages, he doesn't have enough damage. But he's going to try. He's going to try and rush me down right now. I need some way of getting armor. Otherwise, I think I'm going to lose here. He's going to naturalize down Emperor. I mean, it makes sense. Cold-Eyed Oracle. Astral Communion. All right. Alex Straza! What a top deck! And we give him the old wow. We gotta sarcastically emote at him. Gotta sarcastically emote at the guy who is sarcastically emoting at me. Old Blackbeard. Now that's gotta hurt a lot. Yeah, you can keep making me draw cards here, man. You can keep trying to make me draw cards, but I'm just gonna start putting out some more scary things. You got old Merc Guy here, which is actually gonna hurt. You realize you're fatiguing yourself here, man. You're not really even hurting me. I'm yet to take even a lick of fatigue damage. Destroy all other minions and discard your hand. That's something I don't quite want to do. Yeah, you realize how bad you're hurting yourself, yeah? And now I've got old Merc Guy, who is going to hit like an absolute truck, which is hilarious. But I'm not sure if that'd be the best decision, honestly. Astral Communions. Okay, so old Merc Guy gets +1, so he would be a 6/4 with charge. I think the idea is I just clear his board. I don't try and like outrun him. I just try to clear his board. That's all I do here. So what can I do to clear his board besides old Merc Guy? Really nothing. All right, so we get out old Merc Guy. I can do 8 damage to him right now, but that seems silly. So we're going to trade with you. We're going to trade with you. We're going to armor up no matter what. And now we put out, I think we just put out the Prince just to have somebody else on the board. And we attack you. So now I have 10 health. He takes 6 damage. And if he had 2 naturalizes still on him, which he doesn't, he would win. That was a really good game. That was a really, really good game. It would have been better for me. I mean, I was at a bit of a disadvantage because I had the Cold-Eyed Oracles. But then again, I think the Cold-Eyed Oracles actually kind of helped me win there just a little bit. Because I helped get him down to fatigue a little bit faster. But ladies and gentlemen, that I think is going to conclude this video. Top 3, a pretty fun Tavern Brawl, honestly. There's lots of cool combinations you can go with. We only explored a couple of them in this video, but there's tons of them out there. So feel free to go on, try them out, and see if you can come up with something cool. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.